What's up, guys? So I just went through the nightmare of changing my brand name and my title on Amazon. It was disgusting. Seller support makes this a terrible process. Obviously, they're not much help of their own. And obviously all the new shenanigans that Amazon's putting out and all the logistic issues and what's the word for it, bureaucracy issues of the whole thing is just a nightmare, especially if you put your brand name as like NA2 or generic, or you're trying to change your title, but you change it but nothing happens, and it's just a mess to get a hold of the catalog team. So I just went through this whole mess of a process with a few products that I own. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how I got that figured out. Maybe this will help some of you guys out that are stuck with this right now, especially with a lot of brands being put in as NA or NA2 or generic or whatever it may be. There could be a lot of people stuck in trying to get their new brand name up on Amazon. That way they can get brand registered, or they just have more of a brand presence in general. So let me walk you through this whole thing, guys. Make sure, if you have not already, subscribe down below, hit that little notifications bell. Everything on my channel is about Amazon FBA. It's about my journey becoming a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller and everything that I learned on the way. That way you guys are up to date, just because Amazon changes so fast. So if you guys want to keep up to date, make sure, again, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, guys, let's get right into it. Okay, so hopping into my screen here, we can see that we're on the back end of a product page. So this is where you go and edit your title and your brand name. So we're going to do this step by step. So I'm going to talk about the title first, right? So this might be the first thing you're trying to tackle. And then because it's the easier one, I'm going to do this one first, and it kind of lines up in progression to the brand name. So I'm going to do, take care of the title first and everything like that. So Frank Garden Gnomes here. So say, I have a garden gnome. I want to change the title in this. Maybe it's a miniature one or a large one, or whatever it may be, and I want to change the title and it doesn't align with my product too well. Of course, if we're trying to do the best SEO possible, and get the best keyword ranking as possible, we're going to probably mix and match our keywords and try to figure out, what's the best combination of words to get, click through and have the highest ranking. So Frank's Garden Gnomes here, so maybe we're going to add more keywords to this and add something to it. Now, a lot of people might experience this issue where they go to change their title, but nothing happens, right? It says it's success, you save and finish, but nothing happens. So this is a huge annoying issue, and this is something you're going to have to go ahead and get taken care of with the catalog team, or at least get the first step with the catalog team, and then try to fix it on your own. So before I show you the best way to contact support and what to say and everything like that, again, the brand name is down here, so this is something we'll be trying to fix as well, along with the manufacturer, right? So if you're getting brand registered, or you want to list your brand on Amazon, it's important to have the manufacturer usually line up with the brand name. This makes things a lot easier, but they're very hard to change once you've already submitted. You need a lot of proof. Again, we're going to walk through this whole thing, but this is, a lot of scenarios. I just went through the same scenario. I was trying to get, I did get brand registered. I got a trademark in. You don't need to be brand registered. You could just be brand approved. But I was trying to get brand registry access to a brand that I put NA for a while back. And this is what led me down this whole process of trying to get it fixed and taken care of. That's why I made videos, within the last, couple months about trying not to put this here and actually trying to get brand approval. That way it's not a headache in the future. But there's going to be a ton of people. You're probably one of those people that are in this situation and want to get out of it. So, you could try to change the brand name here. It's going to tell you that it doesn't, align. You're going to get an error code. It doesn't match up, and it's just going to say, a combination of all sorts of things that I'm sure you know all too well. But let's take care of this title first, and I'll show you the brand name. So product name here, if we go to the home screen and then we go up to right here, just type in case log. I do that. Then I go down to help right here. So you can type in help, whatever, to get this thing to pop up here. So hit help right here. And then it's going to give you all this stupid stuff, right? It's going to give you, it's pretty much just trying to direct you away from actually contacting them, which is, annoying. I hate going through their little prompts. So I'm going to hit get support right here. Okay. I'm going to hit selling on Amazon. So describe your issue. They want to, try to fix your issue. And just get you through an automated process, because they don't want to deal with you. They don't want customer service reps, essentially. They don't want you contacting customer service reps, but that's the only people that are really helpful. The automated solutions aren't very helpful at all. So what I do here, you can try this way first, but what I usually do is just go down here or browse for the issue in the menu. If we go to product listings or inventory, we can hit fix product page right here. We can type in our ASIN, and then nothing even pops up. So that's how bad this automated process is, and that's why I don't use it. So usually what it would say is that it would be like, oh, here's your title now. What would you like to change it to? And then you go through the whole thing. You do exactly what you did on the edit title page, and then you hit submit, and then literally nothing happens. So that's garbage. So what we're going to do, if you've gone through this process, it's not working, you're going to go down to your account, and you're going to hit other account issues. You're going to go up here, you're going to describe your issue, give them your ASIN, tell them what you're trying to change the title to, hit continue, submit this. They could, they're getting really good at this. So when you put in your issue, they'll be like, oh, here's how to solve this issue using our automated prompt. Skip this, go down, there'll be a button below that. Make sure you submit it as a normal inquiry, not their automated thing. Again, they're going to do everything they possibly can to get you to use their automated system. This is going to help you get help a lot faster with your title to get it changed, okay? Or they're going to at least tell you why that you can't change the title on your own. They're going to ask you for maybe at max, right? If they don't do this right away, they could ask you for, your website to see if everything matches up, because they don't want you to put in a random title in there. They just want to see that the title matches what you're trying to say, or at least close to it. They could ask you for pictures of your product. They could ask you for your UPC, pretty much like a screenshot or like the PDF version of your UPC to make sure that matches up with the UPC on your product listing. That way, it's not a hacker or someone hijacking your listing. So they could ask for all of this. Just some little quick tips here, guys. Whatever they ask for. Again, I'm going to go through this a little more detail during the brand process because that requires a little more complicated of fixing these issues. But just a couple tips here. If they're asking for brand packaging, they're asking for the UPC, asking for anything, just make sure that it tries to line up with the new title that you're trying to have, if possible. Again, I'm going to hit on this a little bit later too. I don't want to spend too much time on the title just because I want to get to the brand, because I feel like that's where most people are struggling. So this is where you do that. This is where you ask for help for that. And it's going to be a lot more efficient than trying to do it on your own. And they're going to give you instructions on how to get that figured out and fixed up. So overall, the title should be the easiest thing you take care of. Let's start talking about the brand name now. So you're trying to get that brand name changed. You're not sure what to do. It's going to give you an error code. You want to start with the first step, okay? So the first step we just did with the title. That's why I started with that. So you're going to, other issue, you're going to submit what you're trying to do with the right exact ASINs. You're going to put in the brand name that you want and see what they come back with. So there's I went through this process quite a bit. So there's like 100 different replies you could get. A couple of replies. The first one's on the screen here. So, before we can process your request, we need to provide one of these valid forms of documentation. Manufacturer, publisher, for books, website URL clearly showing the suggested changes along with the visible product identifier UPC. So all this is saying is that they want the manufacturer's, website, the URL, showing that the brand name is aligned on that website to whatever you're trying to change it for, right? With the UPC, that way that it matches up your listing, everything matches up there. The problem is we're doing private label in most cases, so we don't have a manufacturer's website with this brand. Maybe we have your own website, so we could try to use this if we have that up and running on Shopify, but most of us don't have that. So we just need one of these. So this one's probably not going to be the best one. Manufacturer's catalog. So a catalog is essentially the same thing, just a website version, on paper. Most people aren't going to have this either. So skip that. High resolution product pictures clearly showing the suggested changes along with visible product identifier. So this is going to be probably one of the better ones to use. So these are high resolution product photos. So say you have photos of your own product. Say you have it in your house and you just take some with your iPhone. That's great too. With a UPC. So they want photos of your packaging with your brand that you're trying to change your product to. So that's important, right? So you have to have, a product packaging that has that brand you're trying to change it to, which you needed anyways for brand approval. So nothing really changes here. And then what they say right here with the product identifier. So if the UPC is not on the product packaging, which in most cases we don't put it there, or if we can get it there, that's great. But if not, this is what I would do. So I'd send in the UPC separately. So just like a PDF version of the UPC, which you can download from GS1 itself, and send that in with the product, okay? If you're gonna send the UPC, and I also suggest you send in the FN SKU, with, when you download that FN SKU, right, so your product label, you're going to have a little title underneath this, right? It's just a little title underneath your product that shows what it is. It's going to say new, maybe made in China as well. I would try to change that little title on there to whatever title you're trying to change it for. So, if we're going to do this title, right, if we're going to do a different title, if that's what your main issue is, or with the brand name that you're trying to change it with, right? So they want everything to align with what you're trying to change it to. I know it's confusing, but just hang with me. I'm going to just try to keep better explain this as I go, just because it took me a while to figure this out, and I've been doing this for a long time, so I know it's probably not straightforward for most of you guys. So that's what you're going to send in. So a UPC, I'll throw those up on the screen here to show you what I'm talking about. The UPC, the FN SKU, and the title underneath that. You're going to want to get that title changed to whatever you're trying to get it to, along with that brand name. The UPC obviously has to match up to the UPC that's on that product listing, with the product photos, with the brand name on it, and everything like that. Fourth one here, it's pretty much the same thing, high resolution photo of the item and its original packaging showing the product identifier, a UPC, right, a code and the attribute or attributes that you need to change. So it's just saying, make sure it lines up, right, with these photos, make sure that it lines up with the brand name on the packaging to the brand name you're trying to change it to, with a UPC, FN SKU with the brand name you're trying to go to, along with the title if you're trying to do the title, right? So this is where you start right here, guys. You'd send this all in, right? If I type in something and hit continue here, it's going to put up an automated response. But if you do it correctly, it should bring up a prompt to issue, right? If it comes up with this, my issue is not listed. That's great. Connect with the associate. That's exactly what you want. So you're going to go down here, go email or phone. I would do email because you're going to send in documentations with this. So hit email and attach your documents to this, which you should be able to do right here. Yep, email, add attachments. You can do a number if you'd like. This issue is urgent. That's up to you if you want to click that or not. Sometimes I click that if I'm in a hurry, sometimes I don't. I haven't really seen a huge difference in between that unless I'm on the phone, right? If it's phone, mark it urgent, they're going to get to you pretty quickly here. So this is where you put the pictures of your photo, the UPC, all that good stuff. You might as well, if you haven't gone through this process already, maybe if you already have these things, put it through when you're asking for help the first time, right? To get your brand updated on your Amazon listing, right? So one thing to note here as we're going along is that it's a lot easier to get your brand updated and your manufacturer updated, all that stuff on the back end, when it's just one individual listing, okay? So just a listing by itself, it has no parent listing, okay? So if you're in that circumstance, it's gonna be a lot easier. Support should be able to walk you through that. You're just gonna wanna give them documentation, everything like that. If they don't help you, if they keep directing you to where they directed me, I feel like they only directed me this way because my issue was a little more complicated because I had a parent listing with multiple variations. So if you fall in this category, it gets a little more complicated. If the individual listing doesn't get taken care of, they're going to direct you to this anyways. So just stay along here and understand what's going to have to happen for that. But let's just go through my scenario. Let's walk you through that full thing. That way you know exactly what to do. Again, it gets a little sticky, guys. It ggets a little complicated, so just hang with me. Rewatch this if you have to. I know it's a little bit longer and denser video, but it's there to help you guys. And if you can't pay attention for 5 to 10 minutes on this video trying to tackle these things, you're going to have issues in your own business. Not to be mean, but that's just the truth of it. So let's go to this email that I got back here. So this is me trying to work with them. I got so many of these emails trying to figure out what's the easiest way to do this? What should I be doing to get this done the correct and easy way? So I finally came across this email here, or this case, right? This is my case log as well. But from here, they're just say, I understand the concern. You want to update the brand name of your ASIN. I check the details and see your ASIN. The current brand name is contributed from your account, blah, 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 blah. So what they did here is they said the issue can be fixed in 2 steps as following, which sounds 2 steps easy, right? These are long ass steps. Okay, so firstly, current parent-child relationship needs to be broken by deleting parent SKUs only, okay? So hopefully this is where I said it gets more difficult when you have parent listing and variations. So they're telling me first, I need to break the relationship between the parent and child SKUs. So the variations, I'm getting rid of the variations essentially. I'm deleting the parent listing and then all the variations will become their own separate listings. So this is why I'm saying it's going to be easier if you just have one individual listing because this step is done and it is not as hard, right? Okay, so once you do that, you're going to establish the variations again with the correct brand name. Okay, so essentially we're breaking everything down and we're re-updating the brand names. And once we do that, we got to go ahead and put it back into a parent listing to get that variations back, which is not a one-step process, right? So she gave me exact instructions of how to do this. It's disgusting. It's all going to be about adding products via upload into an inventory file. I say it's disgusting because it is, but I'm going to hopefully make this super easy for you guys and hopefully super easy to understand. So hopefully they give you instructions like this too that you can follow along with and everything like that. But I'm going to show you exactly what I had to do personally to get this thing going and then show you how to, if it doesn't work, how to get the updates you need or how to figure out what needs to happen for those updates to happen. So, okay, let's do this. Okay, so if we go up here, we go back to the home page here. And then we go to inventory, add products via upload right here. And then we go down. So the first thing we do is we download our inventory file. Okay, so our inventory file from our product categories. So you're going to go into your category. So for me, let's just say, just for example, garden gnomes here. And we're going to go down, outdoor living, select this one. Okay, and then we're going to hit generate template. And this is going to be the Excel format we're going to go ahead and fill out. And then once we fill this out, we're going to go back up top here, upload your inventory file, and this is going to help us break apart the parent listing, get individual listings, and then also update the brand name and the manufacturer name. And then using that same method, we can go ahead and create another parent listing, a different one, and get that back into variations again. So once you get this inventory file, this is what it looks like. It's a hot mess. But let me tell you what you need to know here. So the template's right here. So this is where the magic happens. This is where you're going to put all the information in to match your product and to actually take action in what you're trying to do. Again, if you make a case, hopefully the lady is giving you instructions of exactly how to do this in a great way. Mine was a little vague, so I had to kind of figure things out on my own a little bit, which this is what this video is for, to help here. So you're gonna, to update products, all you do is, put your product type in here. So that's just your category, seller SKU, so your SKU, right? Your brand name. So this is where we're gonna put our new brand name eventually. Title name too. So you can do this to update titles too if you're looking to do that as well. Manufacturer, right? So we want, especially when at brand registry down the line, we want our brand name to match our manufacturer. So make sure you take care of that as well. But we can also go to, data definitions, right? So they explain each one of these. So they explain exactly what they're looking for in there to make sure that you're all good to go there. There's going to be drop downs too, depending on your category of what they allow here as well. So let's see, product ID. Nope. Some have drop downs, some don't. So like product ID type, right? Okay, there we go. So this one doesn't work, but it could be an ASIN, UPC, whatever you're trying to put in there, right? But anyways, what we're going to do first, right? So the first step and what they're going to instruct you to do first is to delete the parent variation, delete the parent listing. That way it breaks into small little listings because we can't update. So this is why they want you to do this, so you understand too. You can't update your brand name on a child listing if it doesn't match the parent listing. So if you've done this, you probably messed up the parent listing. It's not the real brand name on there. It's NA2 or whatever generic. And so you got to delete this, make a new parent listing with that correct brand name to make it so you can change the child listing. So that's what we're doing here. So all you have to do to delete the parent listing is you're going to go in here into the template, right? So this is the text file. I just opened up in Excel. So you're going to go ahead and put when we go upload your inventory file here, we're going to put it. I put it in text. You can do Excel if you want, but people in the support told me to do it in text. Into this file type right here, tab delimited text file. It looks like new. You no longer have to save your inventory template as tab delimited text file. Okay, that takes care of that. Do whatever you want. I'm just telling you exactly what I did here. So if we go back here, this is what I did here. So I just saved that as the text file, or you can save it in Excel, whatever you need. So all I did to delete the parent listing was put my item SKU in here. So I went to my parent listing and I grabbed that SKU, right? So whatever I named the SKU or whatever the random SKU is, I put that right here. And then down here, I put delete. So this is just, this is important. So this is the prompt to tell them like what you want to do with the listing. Are we updating? Are we doing a partial update? And then we're going to put delete right here to delete the listing in whole. So what we're going to do, save that, upload this, and then wait for that to happen, okay? So first thing you need to know to make sure that we're doing things properly and everything like that is, give it like an hour or two, at least an hour or two. It takes a while for these things to delete. You can check it if it's not, updated, if it's not deleted yet, go to monitor upload status. There's nothing here in this account, this example account I'm showing you right here. But what's going to happen, it's going to tell you your last upload right here, and it's going to tell you if there's any errors, right? If there's any errors, if there's something they can't do, or there's something you need to finish up, and then they have a beta program where you can even update it here without going back to Excel. If not, they'll tell you what the error is, and then you'll go back to the Excel, try to fix it, try it again, okay? So once you do that, deleting the parent SKU should be the easiest one you do, and everything like that. So once that's done, okay guys, so the next step after you delete the parent listing, they should be all separate now, right? So now we have to update them and put them back together, right? So we can do this in one giant big step here. This is the most complicated it's going to get right here, which is not that bad. So we have the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and grab the template here, the same template. So just re-download if you have to, or just use the old version after you went ahead and deleted the parent one. So what's going to happen here is we're going to actually use this for how it's meant to be made. So the fields you need to fill out here, just to simplify it, because it can get really confusing. So the fields you need to fill out here are groceries. Okay, so this is the example I'm using because that's what category I was in. If you're in garden gnomes, it's going to be home and outdoors or whatever it may be. So make sure you have your category right here for feed product type. If you're confused or you get confused, go to data definitions and look up what you need right here. So feed product type right here. So if we did garden gnomes, it'd actually be outdoor living. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to put in. Okay, next is the seller SKUs. So all your child SKUs right here. So these should be remain the same, right? So we're going to grab those from our manage inventory section, put those right here. And then also what we're going to do here, I bolded it just because it's important. We're gonna make a new parent SKU right here, right? So we deleted the old one. Now we can just make whatever up we want, right? So just put in whatever you want here to be the new parent SKU. It's not a huge deal. Just put something in there. It's going to help you stay organized. But put that right there. It's important. Next is brand name. So this is where we're going to put the new brand name. This is the fun stuff, right? We're finally doing this thing after this long ass Cameron James YouTube video that's probably too dense. Probably no one's going to watch it because it's just too boring. But anyways, this is the goal, right? We finally hit the goal of the video here. It's new brand name. Go ahead and put your new brand name right here. Get rid of the NA2 or generic and put it right there. Next right here, so you only have to fill out this for the bottom three here because there's no ASIN for your product yet. They'll make you a new one. So your ASIN number, right? So that big long B07 number for each of your child SKUs, child variations, put that right here. Make sure it matches accordingly. And then product ID type, you're doing ASIN, right? So it's just asking you what are you putting right here? You're putting the ASIN, okay? Product name, so new parent title. So just put something generic here, like Kevin's Garden Gnomes, if you're doing that, because it doesn't really matter. It's just the parent listing. Just put something here to hold the place of that. Make sure you're good to go there. Next is manufacturer. So this is important. So we need to make sure this brand name matches this manufacturer, or else we can't get brand registered later. Might as well just take care of it now. And so we're going to take this brand name we put right here and put into the manufacturer item type keyword here. So once we get right here, this is probably the second most hardest thing of this whole sheet. So you have to find the subcategory of your product. So for groceries, some ones are like condiments, sauces, just whatever it may be, your subcategory within your niche. Okay, to find your proper one, right? So you can always go back to your guy here. So we go to item type right here. We go across, and the volleyball nets is the example they use here. So this is something that that niches down. But to find your exact one, we have to find it through the browsing the tree guide or whatever they do. They don't make this easy, of course. So we have to go find that tree guide to find our item type here. So to do this, we're gonna go back to the home screen here. We're gonna hit browse tree guide right here. So we're gonna hit search. And then the top one right here, classify your products using the browse tree guide, browse tree guides. This video is getting long here. So we're gonna go to inventory file templates and BTG, the big friendly tree. Anyways, we go down here. Okay, so it gets a little messy. But if we keep going down here, I'm pretty sure I remember where it's at. Okay, there we are. So browse tree guides right here. So we can do this with Google too, and just like Seller Central, browse tree guides, and it'll give us those big, forum pages that are easier to read. But we're just using this for now to get help. And so now we're going to find our category, right? So we're going to go down, find our category. Let's see here. So for this, my example was grocery and gourmet food. For yours, it's going to be home and outdoors, somewhere around here. Let's see, it could be outdoors here. So try to find yours here. Anyways, you're going to download this file here. So let's just open one up. Let's open up the grocery one to give you guys an example. Okay, so here's the tree guide for grocery. Let's click through this bad boy. Okay, so we're going to go find our category, right? So for, let's say it's ciders for, the grocery product we're using, right? So we're doing juices, ciders. So you're going to figure this out by the category you picked to download your inventory file in. So you're just going to find your subcategory, right? In here, it's pretty self-explanatory. For us, it's going to be ciders. So we're going to go, item type is keyword ciders. So that's exactly what we're looking for right here. So ciders is that. See available refinements, that's like getting more advanced. That's like some back-end magic stuff, which if you guys are interested in that, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in using this file for more than just changing a brand name, because Amazon's complex is crazy. But anyways, so we're going to use ciders for ours. Go back, go to template here. Oop, wrong template. Go to template here, and we'll put cider right here. So go find yours. You guys got this. I believe in you. Next things we need to do is do the variation. So parent variation right here. So that's the top one, of course. Child, child, child. Parent SKU. So whatever your new parent SKU was, we put right here. We're going to put all three right here. It's telling us, or it's telling Amazon to assign these child ASINs to this new parent SKU. And then next relationship, they're all variations, right? Variation type. So we need to put our variation theme. We need to put a variation theme here. So for this one, I use flavored and size. We did two. You can just do flavor. You could do size. You do color name. Whatever you need here, put it right there. And you can get more help from the, this guide right here will tell you all the different examples of them. Next, this is probably the most important part here to make sure that it works properly. We're going to hit update, right? So we're doing a full update on the parent. It's brand new. We're creating a brand new one. And then for the last three here, we're going to do partial updates. So this is important to do partial updates here, because that way we don't have to put all this crap in here, right? So all this crap is just, it's almost impossible to fill this whole thing out properly with a proper update. So we're just going to do partial updates. So it's saying like, leave our title the same, leave everything else the same besides these values. We're putting in this Excel sheet and we're just updating what we want to update here. So just going back real quick. So product name, if you guys want to change the title, this is where you do that, right? So if you can change the title, put it right there. Then we're going to go all the way down. And the last two fields we're going to do is we're going to go down to figure out, which variations did we choose, right? So I chose size and flavor here, right? So we're going to put it in for the child, 100 pack, 100 pack, 200 pack. So, whatever these variation size names you want it to be, and then the flavor names right here. So whatever your variations are, which will be listed, down here or wherever, somewhere in this field, we have to go find them for whatever we picked. So we're going to put that as well. And that's it. So we're going to go and we're going to go ahead and update these into add products via upload. And then, upload the file, right? Save it, put it up here. And then we're going to monitor it. It probably will come back with an error or two. Fix these errors, get it re-uploaded, do whatever it says it needs to be done, and then it should work. It worked well for me. I actually had very few hiccups with this, which I was pleasantly surprised with. Just followed instructions and figured it out on my own. So I hope that, guys, I hope that helps. That was a long one, I know. Crazy stuff. Amazon is not straightforward, but you can see I'm talking really fast right now. I'm kind of nerding out about this stuff. So you can see that, you got to figure this stuff, it's a fun puzzle, right? It's a challenge. So if you look at your business that way, if you look at, life that way, that, these harder things are fun. They're challenges that I'm going to overcome and problem solve. And every problem I solve that is more complex, it's just another advantage I have versus, someone else in this field, right? That's going to give up because of this. No, I'm going to figure this out. That's just what I do. I'm a business owner. Sorry to get a little preachy on you there, but I think this is important, right? To get geeked out about this stuff, to nerd out about this stuff, to get excited about this stuff. Even if you're not at first, I didn't like this stuff at first. I didn't like figure this stuff out, but you just get better and better at it, and it just becomes fun. It becomes what you love. So make sure you get the right mindset for this. If this is helpful, click that like button. Share this with other people too. So this is one that's tricky. It's it's a hard one. So if you see people in Facebook groups, wherever, YouTube, share this video with them, because I doubt there's a video out there like this. It goes in this much depth to figure this problem out. And then also comment down below if you get any questions at all. If you want more videos like this, or if there's any video ideas that you want help solved, put them down below. Then also make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. And just one more thing before you guys go. I do have a mentorship program if you guys are interested. Again, do what's best for you. I only take, I think it's like 52 people right now, so I only take a handful of people to help out into the Amazon journey, right? We do, group phone calls. We do, full lessons and everything like that. I lay out the whole step-by-step process of Amazon, how I built my business. That way you can just follow along step by step. Again, I like to hop on a phone call with you. I like to make sure that we'd be a good fit to work together. And of course, that I can help you hit your goals before I charge you anything or give you a spot in the program. Just because if I'm not helping you be successful, then there's no point for me to mentor you, right? So for me, the whole thing is successful students. I want successful students. I want people to succeed. I want to create a nice community of people like-minded and all pushing forward in their businesses. Okay, this is long enough. That's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy the other videos on my YouTube channel. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you on the next one.